Sector 1. We'll get to see as he comes through the track. He goes wide. Red loses it. Massive spin for Red. Shock in the early stages of qualifying as Red loses here. We catch him going through the gravel, not managing to spin, so he keeps it on the track. Oh, he makes a mistake. The Williams driver makes a huge mistake. The Williams back driver, sorry, makes a huge mistake. Decides to pit, but not position. Oh, and he spins. Whoa, Thermeister spins, losing his front wing. That is a moment he did not need in this session, due to the fact it's new. With that very damaged front wing. Oh, and he's wide in the final sector. Keep on him for a bit longer until he enters the pit lane. Keeps going wide due to this already. But through the final chicane, into the fast final corner, he does a huge drift on his lap. He taps the wall as well to boot. He's going to come across pole sitter of Polaris. Bartek's up a couple of places. There's a wide in the back from Red, and as well as that loop pick in the other Gaggles Autosport. Red gets the current overtake of the weekend with around the outside of the chicane. That is a spectacle to behold. They're still fighting. Oh, there's been a pile-up. I don't know what has happened, but Thermeister and Bartek have made contact and leading the team standings. Thermeister's round again. It is very much a race to forget for him. He's going to have the DRS down the main straight. Red hits the wall. That could have cost him the possible chance he needed to keep this podium. He's going to force Gaggles into the pit lane path. That will be looked at. He's wide regardless. Oh, and he hits him and he's round. Red spins in the middle of the field, in the middle of the pack. But Red has the DRS now. He's going to dive down the inside. There is contact. And Bartek is forced miles off the track there. But could we see Red possibly inherit the position here? Lewis is off. Lewis losing the rear session here today. There's a yellow. Lewis is round. Lewis is spun on his hot lap. Did he get too greedy on the exit? We won't know, but that's his first push lap done. There's a yellow as well for Spirit on his lap. He's also spun in a weird place. What a session this has turned out to be so far. As there's another yellow flag. It's for Thermeister, sorry. He's spun on the inside of the right-hander. Below the McLaren, we have a spin. It's Spirit. Spirit is round. In the first sector, the rain already starting to catch people out. Goes slightly over the chicane, and he spins. He loses it because of the rain. The McLaren, the Mercedes of Spirit's round as well. I think one or two of the drivers are going to think about Bartek's gone wide. That's going to allow Gaggles to get him on the inside. Bartek's into the Degners. He's almost into... Team Super Jazz takes the lead into turn one. Gaggles follows him through. Gaggles is off the track. Bartek's off the track as well. Kill spree. Sorry, off the track. And that was the Alpine and the Mercedes have come together. Spirit and Logan have come together at the start. Absolute shambles for those two. Cut start there. And has gotten into the lead of the race. This is the first time we're going to see the Gaggles car lead a lap as we see Thermeister going round. Thermeister spins after a semi-decent safety car start. He pirouetted the rear off that curb and bins it into the wall for the record books. The first official wet race. As we see the Alpine round, Dottie spins into the path of a Mercedes. The Mercedes takes the avoiding action. What a moment that could have been. That could Logan get as there is a yellow flag at the hairpin. What has happened? There's been a coming together. Thermeister and Dottie. As Dottie, he's had a moment. He's back going again. He's about to become the first driver to be officially lapped in a main race. He goes wide, forcing Gaggles off almost. That was crazy moment there. get ahead of Bartek here. These guys trying to fight it out as much as they can. There's contact. Lewis and Bartek come together. They're both in the grass. The FIA will have to look at that. In my opinion, that was a 50-50. They've asked both drivers to clip that. I believe they're unable to. So you do have the stream as Bartek and Spirit collide. Spirit, we know, is white good on the pace.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
And Bartek come together on the pit straight. That's a safety car again. Both cars still going, but both cars have severe damage. There's a huge crash in the background there. Lewis missing his front wing. Spirits spun around, and the safety car's out again. The two Mercedes cars ahead, and I think Superjazz. We do see an Alpine live. That is a lap car.
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
I feel he's going to wait for his banker lap to be offset with everyone else. I think that's what he's trying to do. Oh, Bartek hits the wall.
Ooh.
And he's on the runoff. And he's hit the wall bad. He's out of the session. What happened there? Set to be a thrilling one.
So this is going to be a dry to wet now.
Oh, Spirit's out! I caught that on the stream. He put the power down too early and he spun out the corner. As we see side-by-side action here between TTV and Bartek, and they've crashed.
Bartek in the wall.
The teammates collide. Bartek is still going. We have a VS trying to preserve his tires, and he's crashed. He's out of the race. Our championship lead is out of the race. And there is contact. And one of the Mercedes is Spirit. He's spun around. The Haas driver still in P2. There's a yellow flag out. It's for Lewis suffering a spin through the first sector as Dottie retires. Dottie, we can't. You've retired. As it stands, though, the Alpine of James.
Okay, clear. 12.0 seconds. Okay, I've got a brand new race strategy on your MFD.
This has just retired the session. Oh, and there's a crash. Spirit and Luxie get into each other.
We are going to see some.
There. And Luxie spins into the wall.
We're going to see some interesting.
Up the hill. So many cars in this shot. Spirit cutting the track. I think he had to, or else there would have been contact. Speaking of, he's spun himself off. We're going to keep with the leaders here.
If there is going to be a place.
Oh, and they touch. Polius and Gaggles touching. Polius is wide in the gravel. Polius dropping 2 positions there. I think the smallest of touches wasn't forcing as Thermeister spins. The underdog is hit under pressure. Luckily, he's ghosted so he doesn't take anyone out. He easily gets the move done. No, he doesn't. He's wide. They touch. Big contact, and they're both in the wall. What was that?
And then Thermeister
one of them fighting to keep the lead, the other one fighting to take the lead. Polius is off again. Second time he's had an off. This could be vital in the long run of things. And Tame Superjazz spins. The man who's also in the fight for the championship suffers a similar spin to Thermeister.
I really hope that spreads out a little because that is an
Bartek
accident.
at this point. Speaking of, they do touch. Bartek off the track. Thermiter following through. Thermiter now getting ahead of Dottie, and Thermiter spins.
It looks like someone hit his back end there.
We could see a mistake.
Bearing in mind, they were able to like get some warmth in. Going under the safety car is actually a massive boon. Unfortunate.
And it's another safety car.
As he's lost his front wings again.
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake. Safety. Are you okay?
Tight though, bit massive wheel banging. As now down the inside of mirror both for James. Massive shot, they're both in the wall. What on earth happened there? Just massive, late on the brake.
He is up on his lap. I made a slight misjudgment. He's pulled off the track. I think he's just going to be letting the AlphaTauri through, and there's contact between him and the AlphaTauri, who just moves not by much. As we see Joe crashing into the wall there, finishing his session early. To them, James is trying to get ahead as there's a Ferrari wide. I think it is Joe F1 guy trying to get his first win. Thermite promoted up the order. There's been a skirmish there. The Aston Martin and Joe in the Ferrari have spun through the hairpin. James is just forced out wide, and Thermiter takes a spin there. I was anticipating something. It's Scythe. Scythe is dropping down the order. He's missing his wing there to the inaugural Belgium Grand Prix. And James going for the move. But Tame is just faster and keeps the position. But he loses the rear. And Tame spins. Tame is spun by himself behind the pressure of trying to take the championship. Bartek, Dotti, and possibly even Thermeister could monopolize off cars, including the Alfa Romeo here of Tame. As, oh no, there's a spin from Dotti through Puor. Thermeister takes out 150 meter board. Thermeister is up through. Thermeister is off, and so is Bartek. Bartek is going to possibly lose a position here or two, or maybe three in this, and he's hit Thermeister off. Not Thermeister, Tame off. They've locked wheel, because that did look like hard racing, as there is another off. It's Thermiter. I don't know what's happened there. So Tame, not Thermiter. Bartek's going to dive down the inside, and there is contact. And Bartek is spun round and loses an end plate. It's leading from Tame, and there's an off in the background from a Mercedes. They're wide, and there's a spin from an AlphaTauri. It's Scythe. Well, both Alpines in terrible places, and there's Aston Martin and a huge hit into the wall. Massive accident there. Bartek involved. Huge crash up Eau Rouge. And the Indonesian driver...
As we see Tame and Bartek attacking Thermiter. Thermiter spins, Bartek rear ends him, and that's backwards for Thermiter. Mamma mia for the Ferrari and driver. Here's Joe. He's going to try and go round the outside of Frizzle in. Oh, he's been taken out by Frizzle. Frizzle cuts across him, and they both go in the wall. Joe just about survives. This is Joe. On Pompey.
Okay, there's been an incident on the track.
Right. And down the inside goes crushed on Bartek, and then crashes
that
round
was
and he
that was a start.
And RJ's held
Crushed
up in
out of the session.
Yeah, crushed is out. RJ's got wing damage. And this is Dotti and Scythe on the inside, and round goes Dotti.
I'm looking to push for safety car right now, just be careful.
Drops back a bit now, he's on the back. The Aston Martin. Oh, he's been taken out completely.
Okay.
Just licking his lips as they head down to Ascari now. As RJ and Ace are battling the pits. RJ's ahead of Ace, and Tame gets past Joe into Ascari.
I think, which I think was probably the. Oh, it was Joe goes around.
Bartek is contesting for the lead here, and there's contact, and Bartek spins, and he takes out Red.
Into the wall.
And RJ's involved as well. 3 cars off. Scythe from Ninja from James. And we see Ace has dropped down the order. Thermiter and Tame has also dropped down the order. Thermiter staying roughly where he started. There's going to be a fight between Ace and Tame. We've got the whole field, a scurry of drivers all trying to get the best place. Ninja Bacon, a.k.a. Joey versus Thermiter here for the sprint podium. He goes down the inside. Is there contact? Tame is forced off. If he doesn't, then it's bad luck for the both of them. But Bartek's going to be the first man to take the flag, and he's crashed! He's taken himself out of contention, and he's put himself at risk of starting this Grand Prix last. He's been pushing that section every single lap, and he's finally caught the wall.
That looked bad. Are you alright?
P4 as Red takes the lead of the race. There's a red flag wide, and Ace is into the
That
wall.
looked bad. Are you
Ace
alright?
is
Let me
taken
know
out
you're
of
okay.
contention by Red, and there is a sail, but RJ has an even better position, and they touch! RJ gets caught in the car. Bartek, contact made in the lower two. I'm sure we'll get a replay of that at some point soon. Tim has just been involved in an issue as we see Scythe with a huge crash. We've just missed it, but he is starting from to reserve it. We're green, and there's a huge dive from Joe on the inside. The Mercedes goes wide of Kian, probably strategically. And there's a spin. It's RJ in the middle of the field, and Nick is collected. The American doesn't lose any places. Thermite is up. Tame trying to get around Scythe. You've got an invite. Oh, and that is going to be a race disqualification from Bartek for the next race.
He's already DNF. He's already DNF, but yeah, for the next race.
I think
that
because